I'm bronze 3. That's going to be the next challenge. Was me.
Pretty good. It's better than me.
Well, I used to be. I got thrown out of bronze again. This because of a reset. What does this should?
Are we actually live?
No,
Oh, everybody can hear us.
Are we? Ooh. Hello.
Hey.
Hello. Guten Tag. Konnichiwa.
What's the delay on the stream? Did you set?
Yeah, it's about 1 minute, 1.5 minutes.
Bit more.
2 minutes?
Yeah, at least.
Oh, cool. Why does he want another server? Stop whining and just play. We have good servers. If this guy keeps the name Abdul, I'm going to actually use an Indian accent when I speak his name.
That's still comedy. For some weird reason, he likes the name Abdul.
Then I'm going to go with Abdul. Abdul from India.
Do you use your Twitter anymore? Warhammer.
Yeah, I still do. Sometimes. I'm not on that much, I always forget it.
Elkin just told me that they need to switch server.
What, are we going on another server?
I missed everything that's just been said. What's wrong? Why are we not starting?
I think they're complaining about the server.
Config uploaded anywhere. They already
So
asked
what's
for
the
your
reason? Like
config.
the ping is totally fine? No?
Elkin told me that comedy has a bad thing.
My internet's terrible, so... And again, I'm not playing.
Why make a big fuss? This is a decent server. Look at the pings are perfect.
No, Elkin told me ping could be fine too.
They're Germans.
Yeah, King is giving me a headache.
Didn't Chris say there'd be problems like these?
Yeah, we talked about that already yesterday, and we
Yeah.
told them actually that we organized the server, which is fine, which is streaming, which is like working after the rules of CG.
Yeah.
And this is actually the server where we are right now on it.
Alright, so let's just play on here.
Yeah, the ping's perfect. Okay, needs to stop whining and just play.
Are we still live on stream?
Yep.
Probably talk about the teams then? Rather than...
Yeah, Warhammer, do some little introducing what we're actually doing tonight. What's the reason why we are here?
Usually I should do an introduction when people say, yeah, 3, 2, 1, and now you're live. Then I start.
That's what I said before on your laptop.
Okay. So I can start talking now?
Go for it.
Okay, then for all the viewers already watching, a very good evening and welcome to CyberGamer TV. I am the one and only Warhammer casting this game for you tonight. This is the CGI game between ECVisualize and AT Gaming. And for the people who just tuned in and didn't hear us blabbering, good for you. This is going to be a best of 3 with a veto for knives and etc, etc. You know how it works. I've got a special guest with me tonight. And no, it's not some hot chick, sorry. But you do know him as one of the ex-pro players. I don't know if he's still playing, but he used to. And you should know him from teams like Button Bashers. He had a short run in Dignitas, I believe. And he's mostly known for his time in Phantasmagoria. It is the one and only Rio.
Oh yeah, well that was a great introduction. I don't feel like I was deserving of such a nice introduction, but thanks. Yeah, no, happy to be here and happy to try and give as many old school insights into the game as I possibly can. I haven't been playing, to be fair, I haven't played in probably over a year now. But I've always been a bit of a yo-yo when it comes to COD 4. Probably end up playing again at some point.
Well, usually if you stop, this is just an unwritten rule, but usually if you stop playing for a year, you turn into like a legend, like Stevie did. You know what
really?
I mean?
Yeah,
So, yeah.
I don't think I'll ever be at that legendary status.
Yes, you
like
are,
Stevie.
Stevie.
Was,
Who is Stevie? Nobody knows who Stevie is.
No, Stevie was a great player. And as far as I know, he was actually still playing quite recently.
Yeah, that's what I heard.
For ECV, I think it was, because they did ask me to play with him a few months ago, I think it was, and I should actually probably apologise in advance for the fact that my line is pretty bad, so at random moments during the stream you might hear me sounding like a robot. But
Yeah, well, that's what you get when you move back to England. You had it proper in Holland, so...
I know, I did have it good in Holland, yeah, but I am getting fibre, so everything will be okay, and I'll be able to provide less laggy commentary.
Well, it's going to be good for tonight, and I hope you viewers stick around, because this is not the only game we're going to be streaming tonight. We have 2 games for you in store this evening. Like I said, the first is ECVisualize versus AT. But after this one, around 8-ish CET somewhere, we are going to have AT again, but this time versus Asuba. So that's another old school name that's been in the COD 4 scene for God knows how long. And well, it should be hopefully a good game, which is I'm hoping this is going to be as well. I am going to be your caster who's going to be happy and screaming and yelling and having fake orgasms on stream, and Rio is going to be here for some in-depth analyzing of the gameplay.
Yeah, well, I'll do my best. I mean, I think it might be worth talking about CGI very quickly. I think, you know, this is the kickoff game for ECV.
Good idea.
I don't know how they did last season. I know HTK won, but I don't know where these guys placed. So, I mean, they should be one of the favorites, clearly, with their lineup that they've got out there.
Well, if you
Actually,
look at the
ECV
people who
was before X and C, and they placed second in the last CGI
They were
season.
second, really?
Yeah,
Okay.
very close head-on-head finals with H2K.
Well, like Enrio said like a minute ago, we are trying to bring new life to CyberGamer TV, and well, we had a little bit of a lose your virginity cast yesterday or the day before. No, this is the second one we are going to have, and hopefully, if we get enough good feedback of you guys and we have the motivation to carry on this and make CyberGamer TV as great as it used to be, we are trying to give you about 2 or 3 games every week. Maybe even more once we expand a little bit, but for the moment, it's about 2-3 games a week. Trying to get COD 4 back on the map where it is supposed to be. The last couple of years it's been a little bit underground, if you know what I mean, and well, we're trying to bring new life into towards it.
I think the main thing is to just realise that, you know, Call of Duty 4 is very much a community game now, and if you do want to see these types of matches streamed, it's important to, you know, spread the word, try and get as many people watching as you can, whether that's broadcasting on Xfire, advertising on Xfire rather, posting it on your social media profiles, just get the word out, because I'm sure there are people that are still genuinely interested in the game. There's still a lot of activity buzzing on CyberGamer. A lot of you that are watching probably still play, whether that's in the CGA or maybe in one of the CGI teams as well. So, you know, this game's still very much alive. In contrast to what many people might be saying, it's alive as a community game. And, you know, we can look at enemy territory as well on CyberGamer, how that's just been introduced, and how really they're an exemplary community in the way that they've been kept alive through Crossfire, as well as their dedicated clan-based team, really through the love of the game, and that's really why I think people are still playing Call of Duty 4 at the moment, and Pro Mod to be specific, because you know, they love the game, and you should keep on doing that. So, yep, what I'm trying to say is broadcast, advertise as much as you can, and get your friends watching and playing.
Not saying that Call of Duty 4 is dead. I mean, there's a lot of people who've been saying that over the years, that it was going to die and whatnot. But if you take a look at the previous, the new games that were brought out in the Call of Duty franchise, I mean, all those games pretty much competitively failed. I mean, there's one, Euro Domination actually has like cups for Black Ops 2, and it used to also have like a Modern Warfare 2 and 3, but most people always jumped back to Call of Duty 4, and take a look at Counter-Strike. How long has Counter-Strike, like Source and 1.6, those games have been running for about 10 years now? 12 years? I mean, Call of Duty can also, especially COD 4, can also do that, because it's still a massively played game. Look at how many people still play it on Xfire. It's still the number 2 game in the list.
No, yep, it is. You're right. Yep, and I think it's a case. You know, that's why CyberGamer does have that partnership with Xfire, is to try and reach out to those players on there. But I think, to touch upon the whole point and looking at esports and FPS in general, you know, that really CSGO is the only viable PC FPS out there, and you know, we're not going to compete with them. Call of Duty is a franchise, definitely not on the PC, not in the short term is it really going to compete with CSGO. And FPS as a game type is really kind of almost fading away in esports terms. So, like I said before, we just need to accept that we are a community game now. I think the great thing is that Call of Duty 4 is still very much accessible to new players. I think that's the most important thing. You know, the fact that you can go onto Steam and purchase it. It's really about that second base, that second discovery process, where if you're on Steam, how do you find ProMod? And obviously with the Punkbuster issue and anti-cheat issue, that now we've actually solved, thankfully, thanks to Badkip. I think he needs to get a lot more praise than maybe he isn't getting at the moment. He spent a lot of his free time coding it and producing a solid anti-cheat, and that's looking good for us. So we've got those things going for us. It's just about media activity, and CGTV is one way to go about it. And the other thing is try and get as much coverage as we can. So what I'm trying to indirectly say is if there are writers out there maybe trying to dabble into esports journalism and want to start off with Call of Duty and maybe expand into different games somewhere down the line, possibly seeing CyberGamer as a stepping stone, as much as I don't like to say that. If you do feel like writing about Call of Duty or any other games for that matter, then just get in touch with us and we'll get the ball rolling.
CyberGamer has been here for years, and it is the most played league on the Call of Duty 4 scene. I mean, other leagues have tried it. ESL, Euro Domination, they all tried it, but it's still just... CyberGamer is the league to play Call of Duty 4 in, and it is still... It's still so highly played. Look at the leagues, look at the CGI. It still has 18 teams in it this season. Plus all the leagues that are in, all the teams that are in the CG Amateur League as well. How many teams are still playing there? And well, it's still going strong. I mean, we cannot compete with the likes of League of Legends or whatnot, but we're just giving it a decent try. And for the people whose heart is still in this game, it's always fun to still see their game being played and being broadcasted, and that's where CyberGamer TV now comes in, seeing as we are at this point the only one currently streaming and broadcasting Call of Duty 4, and that's what we are aiming for and want to stand strong in, basically.
Yeah, I feel like we're kind of sitting here and giving like a rallying call, rallying cry to the community. It's almost like something out of Braveheart, but
that's actually
with not
doing.
as much passion and the Scottish accents that go with that. So, I think maybe it might be interesting to hear what other people think. If if other people in chat at the moment might have ideas on what we can do at CyberGamer to try and improve things and try and grow the Call of Duty 4 community, or maybe if one example is Pugs. Pugs, we had so many of those going when CyberGamer started. That kind of faded away. I'd be interested to see whether people might be interested in kind of getting back into Pugs, whether we'd set up maybe specific Pug nights, maybe a Wednesday evening in the week. People aren't playing officials, whether they'd want to see that kind of return. I think there's lots of little different things we can do.
Well, I can tell you one thing, I am not going to set up a Scottish action, because that is not going to work for me. But I love the whole rally idea. I mean, if you're watching right now and you think, man, it's been a long time since I played this game, dust off the disk, put it in, start up, get your old Stevie config back in your computer and just start playing again. I mean, this game can still stand strong for many, many years, especially competitive. There is not one single Call of Duty game who is as competitive as Call of Duty 4 used to be and still can be. So, dust off the old disk, put it back in, put your config in your computer and just start shooting people. Jump on the CyberGamer League, create a team and just start playing. Have some fun.
No, yeah, you're right. You're absolutely right. I feel like we're kind of...
I feel like a cheerleader right now.
Going around in circles a little bit, but you're right. I think it's important if you enjoy playing the game just to play it, and as simple as that. And we are maybe 2-3 years past ever thinking about trying to push Call of Duty 4 to the same heights as we saw in back in 2008 to 2010, really. But that's very much why we're still here. We enjoy playing the game. and it's really, really about overcoming new hurdles. I think I saw someone in chat. Oh no, yeah, it was Gaz actually. Talk about Windows 8 and Call of Duty 4. That's quite interesting. I didn't know that actually. That getting Call of Duty 4 to work on Windows 8 because of the Punkbuster issue is a little troublesome. So, you know, maybe that's something we can try and look into, whether it's a case of uploading Punkbuster files, the ones necessary, onto CyberGamer. I don't know. I don't know the technical specifics there, but it's little things like that that we really want to try and cope with.
To make it accessible again for just about everybody, even though you have Windows 8 or Windows XP or Vista or whatnot.
Yeah, and I think, you know, the next step is just we need a Arab sheikh from Dubai to come in, almost similar to how you see football clubs taken over nowadays.
That
And
is
they
for
just
my
need to
no
pour
problem.
hundreds of thousands of pounds into the game, in tournaments, etc., and we're good to go. But actually, on that note, Mark was speaking to me, and I think it was David, who's Ono. He mentioned the fact that Call of Duty 4 will be at the assembly, and it's actually sporting a decent prize pool as well. I don't know the details on that, but that looks pretty promising.
Yeah, that could be a nice stepping stone again to bring this game a little bit more back, as it were.
Yeah. I don't know if it's the assembly in Finland, or I thought no, sorry, it's one of the French lands. I don't know if that's called the assembly as well. I don't think so.
To be
But
honest,
yeah,
I wouldn't have
that
any
really
idea.
just shows how up to date I am. I'm not quite up to date there. I do know there is a LAN that I think is in France. That Mark mentioned to me earlier today, and I think that's promising for Call of Duty 4. You won't find really any orgs that support teams to go out, and I think, you know, a lot of Call of Duty 4 players, I wouldn't be surprised, you know, they're at an age really like myself where, you know, we have sustainable incomes from working, and you know, really it's about paying your own way to get to these events if you really just enjoy it, because that's what you're going for. But yeah, I mean, to be fair, I was unemployed for such a long period of time when I was playing Call of Duty 4 as well, so I don't know, maybe it would be quite interesting to see the demographics, whether most of the Call of Duty 4 players now probably over the age of 20 maybe, or maybe a bit younger, and if they are younger, I'd be interested in finding out how they found out about COD 4 to begin with, whether that's through Steam or...
Yeah, actually we have
friends.
several new kids, very young kids, like about 14, 15. I'm really surprised always why they found this way to COD 4, like a very old game, but I think one of those big differences is that COD 4, especially COD 4, is one of those skill games, you know? You have games out there, you can learn them very quickly and play them very quickly, but some of those games like COD 4, you need to practice or learn some things to play them very seriously, you know?
Yeah,
You can have fun, you can have fun right away, but to know about the special tricks or play like a professional, yeah, it will take some time. That's a big difference.
I kind of wished I still had the mechanics of a 20-year-old. Then I would be on top of the CGI ladders, but
Oh, you mean like
unfortunately,
reflexes? Yeah, I do find my reflexes are waning as I age. But saying that, I don't think my reflexes were ever that good to begin with. I've always used my game awareness, which is now lacking as well. So basically, what I'm trying to say is I shouldn't be getting back into this game. I'll stick to the commentary.
yeah,
maybe.
but still, when it starts to itch, you have to scratch.
Yeah, that's an interesting metaphor.
Yeah, but it's true. It's true. We are going to ready up.
Right,
So and we're going into a... Apparently it's going to be a full V5 knife, so somebody is going to commit suicide, I believe. I'll give a quick roster rundown here for both teams. We've got AT Gaming, who has Safe, Woobies, DLTR, Prince, and Cherries. And for Visualize, we have Elking, Toxia, Comedy, Katana, and Duffer, who is at this moment reinstalling something, so that's why they were going to do a knife fight in a 5v4. and we all love commentating on a knife fight. So, and Rio, give us your expert analysis on this knife.
Expert analysis. I think it wasn't it Pansy that refused to cast play-by-play knife fights, knife rounds rather. I mean, shouldn't we be doing the same? We shouldn't be.
Well,
casting through knife
it was
rounds.
starting to be a little bit of a thing that people actually didn't want to cast knife fights because it's not pretty interesting.
No, it isn't really. But I remember when I used to play, there is a little bit of strategy to it, which is quite interesting. So,
All right.
I remember at LAN we used to take them very seriously at times. A lot of teams I played for, we weren't very serious with the knife rounds, but down the years, depending on the team I played for, there are some serious knife fights because it can actually change the game if you're able to really influence the map picking, which in this case you are. Then you do want to take them seriously. But saying that, if you're a top team like ECV, where really they're probably very confident playing any map against AT, no offense to AT and their skill, but ECV probably won't mind losing the knife round and playing whatever map that comes their way.
Yeah, well, if you actually take a look at just the starting lineups and the names that are in the lineup, that's a pretty valid comment you made there. I mean. They are going to pick City and Strike, as far as I see. I saw that Crash was eliminated and Backlot is also out. So that leaves these two and apparently a decider, but they're not going to decide on that. So you see the confidence that Visualize have right now.
Yeah, well, I think those are two solid maps to play on. I think Strike is probably, I mean, I don't know very much about AT, but Strike is a bit of a bold choice by AT against ECV. I'm saying that I've played with all of the ECV guys apart from Toxia, and I know that they're very strong on strikes. I was actually very impressed with Comedy. Comedy is a big player. I'd never actually heard of him until I'd started playing with him, but he has, his play style is very much like a lot of experienced players I've seen, so I expect big things from him this game. And obviously Katana, who always there always seems to be a bit of controversy surrounding Katana, but I think he likes Strike. I expect to see him playing B shops quite a lot, and you should be seeing Duffer and Elking and A in defense.
Oh look, this is nice.
Quite well.
I believe it is Mize on my X-Fire who is giving me some names to speak of. It's Deleter. And
Deleter.
yeah, Cherries is apparently it's Rain, and Prince is Sulu. So thank you, Mize, for telling me this, and no worries for the spam, mate. You can just pay me back 10 euros later.
Deleter, yeah. That name
Yeah,
rings
it's
a bell.
Deleter.
I don't know very much about him, but saying that, he does have 17 pings, so it's going to give him a pretty nifty advantage.
Well, the point you were coming at a minute ago about Comedy is actually the same thing I had just before we went on stream. Because I was asking both our lovely streamers for this evening, I was asking them, who the F is Comedy? I never heard of the guy. But apparently they told me the same that you just told the viewers, that he's a real talent, an up-and-coming player, and a real stable guy. So yeah. I'm kind of interesting to see how he fits in this team of all-stars. Because, yeah, well, you can actually, this is a team of legends. And no, it's not a pun for League of Legends, but, I mean, look at the names. I mean, Elking, Katana, Toxia, Duffer.
Well, I mean, looking very quickly, I don't think Comedy should even be seen as an up-and-coming player. I think he is a top player. He deserves to be in the same bracket as the rest of his team. He's played
not
with
a
his team
rookie
for quite
anymore.
some time now.
Well, that basically lets you see how long I've been out of the game. Because I don't even know the man.
Are they knifing again here? Or?
Yeah. Then, I'm guessing,
Right.
no. They're not knifing.
No, they're not. They're
Apparently they're going live for the first round here. We have AT on the attack and visualizes on defense. We have the bomb carrier. Who is the bomb carrier for AT? Who is that? Let's have a peek. That is going to be Rain, aka Cherries. Prince with the first frag here takes down Toxia with the M4 carbine, always a favorite of the old school players. Comedy now with a headshot takes down Wubies. Man, that's a Dutch guy, and I even pronounced his name wrong. Oh god. Excuse me, forgive me. Well, Katana and Duffer with a quick 1-2. Comedy in between takes the first round for ECVisualize. 1-0.
Yeah,
And
well, I mean, that was quite
quick.
interesting. I mean, AT got the first pick through what was Sulu and Overlook, and they probably should have slowed down a little bit and worked A, but Comedy again showing why he's probably not an up-and-coming player, but why he deserves his place in his team and got the follow-up frag, so that was a good play by ECV.
Gives us a nice chance to actually peek at Mr. Comedy. Let's see what he is capable of. The leader has taken on Elking. First frag of the round. Duffer with a quick 1-2 of his own. 3 kills even before Rain takes him down. Wooby in the meantime also has made a kill. Katana here with the Deagle takes down Wooby. Now it's a 2v1. Rain last man standing. He is at the statue with the AK-74 UN bomb in hand. He's trying to make a rotate towards that B-bomb, but there's still somebody there peeking him, and he has been spotted. Takes out the scope, doesn't land the frag, doesn't even tag him. And now he is almost dead. Makes his way towards the backside of the B building. Now makes a little rotate again. I'm guessing he's pretty much stuck. Because it doesn't matter which way he is going. If he doesn't plan properly, he is going to die anyway. Fake smoke is going out. Toxia aiming towards that way. Stays in the middle of the street. Oh, nice play there from Rain. He spots Toxia there in the middle of the street. Makes his way towards that A-bomb. Now it's Katana making the move. But is he in time for the plan?
Explosives planted.
Yes, he makes it! Wow. How did he survive that? But Katana with the follow-up with that AK takes him down in the end, defusing the bomb.
Yeah, that was unlucky
Release
from
diffused.
Cherries there. I thought he did quite well. I mean, Duffer actually pretty much nearly closed the round out right at the beginning, and that was a big play by him. But Cherries played it slow, and you can tell ECV are taking it seriously because Katana and Toxia were actually staying back. But yeah, that was unlucky for Cherries there.
I'm taking a little peek at half of the D&D combo. Do you remember that, the D&D combo?
Yeah, you can't forget that.
Duffer there, beautiful deagle shot on Prince, takes him down. Katana with a deagle of his own on safe. 3 versus 3, as Rain and Wubia have taken some names as well. Still 3 on 3. Duffer there around Cav. Spot somebody there in statue. Doesn't take him down. It's a deleter who deletes Duffer from the game. Now it's a 3v2 in favor of AT Gaming. Make that a 3v1. As Wubie just sits in middle and takes Katana down with that AK-47. Comedy now last man standing. He has been spotted, jumping everywhere, but Wubie takes him down.
Nearly missing that shot there. But that was a good round by AT. I was quite impressed. I think ECV pushed up a little bit too much, were over aggressive, and AT managed to pick up the kills in A, which changed it around.
I have to take my X-Fire back to see how who's who again. Prince is Sulu, so let's take a little peek at Sulu with that.
Oh wow,
M4 carbine.
deleted 2 big frags.
Deleted that with, I'm guessing that's a +10. Take a peek, where is he? Deleter. And Deleter has been deleted. Thank you, Duffer. Duffer there with a double kill on Deleter and Prince. Comedy follows up on Wubie. That's safe, doesn't need Katana down. 2v2. Make that a 2v1 as safe takes down Comedy with that SMG. rotate towards the B side. And it's Duffer with his handgun. He's like the Lone Ranger in the middle of the street. He gets spotted there from...
Oh,
Wow. He's got some nice reflexes.
safe.
But
Or
unfortunately,
Duff. You're talking
safe.
about Duff, yeah, Duff. Oh right, yeah. No, I mean that was good play by AT there, and you know, you can tell that the game's actually progressed. Teams like AT are playing it right, and you know, Deleter's having a big impact in A there. It's a good matchup between Duffer and Deleter, and it's only one to keep an eye out for.
Well, speaking of Deleter, let's take a little peek at him. He is with that SMG in underlook, making his way, I'm guessing, towards the main entrance of Statue. And no, he's not. He's doubling back towards the other side. He gets spotted. Beautiful jump shot there on Duffer. Woobier has been taken down by Comedy as well. And now Duffer and Toxia both down. 4-on-3. Make that a 3-on-3 as Elking deletes Deleter. Yeah, sorry, that is going to happen. I'm sorry about that. Cherries takes down Elking. Comedy on safe. 2-on-2. Katana still with that scope at the back of the B building. Makes his way towards the mid street. Trying to pick people off there. Cherries does take down Comedy. Beautiful shot there. And it's... Wow. Katana had no chance.
3-2 for AT, and I think it's probably worth pointing out Toxia is actually on 0 for 5, so he's having a terrible start for ECV, and AT are exploiting that.
Oh, we could possibly see a James Bond on stream for the first time in ages. So hopefully it's not going to happen, but the possibility, oh yeah. Deleter again with that +10 double kill on Comedy, and Elking. Toxia has gone down to Cherry's nade. Wow, that's a pretty fast round for AT, and they take a 2-round lead.
And it was. I mean, Deleter actually positioned himself very well there, and AT are exploiting the nades from ECV. ECV are nading, but they're not nading short enough, and that's allowing Deleter to actually wait for the nades and push into middle, and that's how he got the 2 frags there. So ECV really need to pick up their nades.
And now I actually wanted to take a peek at Deleter, but he got...
oh, wow.
I could say he got deleted straight away, but Comedy nades him down. Now Prince follows up on Katana with the M4 carbine here in mid. Toxia with a kill, so we're not going to see a James Bond on stream. Sorry, guys. Toxia has taken down Safe. Duffer has taken down Woodia as well. Prince there in mid takes down Duffer now. Toxia last man standing 1v2. Last man lying down, I should say, because Prince
and it's
shot him down.
Sulu and Cherry's basically winning the round for AT there. And I can tell you what, ECV are just over peaking. They realize they've got the round deficit. They're probably a little bit too cocky at the moment, and because of that, you know, they're getting outplayed by AT. AT are literally waiting for them to peak, and you know, this is quite a big deficit that they're riding up at the moment.
So you are you actually thinking they're not really taking the beginning of this game very seriously?
No, they're definitely taking it seriously, but saying that, they probably think, oh well, you know what, I'll peek here and I can probably out-aim them. And AT aren't really doing anything very special, to be honest with you. They're doing all the right things in pushing and exploiting nades, but apart from that, ECV could be sitting in, and there you go, look, Sulu takes out King literally by waiting for the push at CAF, and ECV are going to lose another round now because of that.
So it's pretty much they are a little bit too confident in their own abilities and are underestimating the AT crew, basically.
Absolutely. Well, yeah, I mean, to some extent, this is a big wake-up call for them because, you know, they're about to go 6-2 down. On Striker's defense, and it doesn't look very good. And, you know, looking at the scoreboard again, Toxia and Elking have actually been completely out of the game. You know, and Toxia's been playing with the SMGs, probably known better for his AKing, and Elking just isn't able to make an impact.
Well, speaking of scoreboard, so let's take a little peek at that scoreboard. Set scoreboard. It's Rain, aka Cherries, on top here. 10-2. Top fragging for AT. Prince is on the follow with 9-on-4. And, well, like you said, let's look at ECV. I mean, Duffer's on top, 13-7 now. but it's like Toxio 118 and Elking 107. They're not having the best of games. As I say that, Visualize is stepping up the game a little bit here. Prince still in that underlook, takes down 2, almost manages to take Comedy down, picks up the SMG as well, makes his way towards Statue, gets spotted, gets tagged again, manages to survive, but Toxius there to actually finish him
Toxie
off.
regains his confidence, yeah. And you could tell Toxie actually realized, wait a minute, I'm not making an impact. His experience showing through there. He sat back with the AK that round, and really that round was won because of Duffer's really overextended peaks that won him the 2 kills.
Yeah, and Toxie is now playing again with that AK-47, which he is famous for and what he always has been playing. I mean, I've seen him a couple of times mixing it up like on maps like Backlot and versus, with all due respect, some lesser teams. But it seems that now you can actually see that they are taking this seriously. Toxie going back towards his AK-47, which he is most comfortable with. And now you can see they're taking a couple of rounds back. The momentum was with AT, totally, with the 6-2 lead. Now they've taken 1 round back, and Visualize, it seems that they are going to take this round as well, seeing as Cherries is last man standing here. He has the bomb in the SMG. He is looking the right way, but he's totally boxed in right now. There is Katana's waiting at the main entrance. And we've got Comedy here in the little side thing, just waiting for him to peek his head around the corner. And look, there it happens. Comedy takes him down. 6-4.
Yeah, and that was well played by ECV closing the round out there, and Katana and Comedy kind of sitting in. I probably would have expected a little bit more teamwork from Katana's perspective as Comedy was boxed in there, but they played it ultra cautious, and Daring was taken out because of it. And the ECV have actually picked it up to some extent. They've realized, okay guys, you know, let's quit messing around here, and they pulled 2 rounds back.
They're going for it now. It looks like we've got a B move going on with the bomb. We saw Safe already in the flower shop taking down Katana with that SMG. We see that Prince is the bomb carrier, aka Sulu, and Sulu has the bomb going towards the B entrance. There is a guy right around the corner. Does he see him? No, he does not. It's Comedy just sitting there in one of my favorite spots, so I don't have to walk that far. Now he's making his way towards the middle entrance of B. Duffer now taking down Safe. Let's see, where's Duffer? Let's take a look. Duffer is there in the little, what we used to call the geek corner. And now he's making his way in towards Statues. Still taking a peek there at that B side. They have to commit towards this B. Most players are there. Duffer with the 2nd kill deletes Deleter. Now Cherries with the scope takes down Comedy. Making it a 3-on-2, still in favor of Visualize. Cherries now has the bomb. Rattles a shot out towards the sniper house. Doesn't manage to land anything. And this is well played here from Visualize. They've got some nice spots here which they can cover. Even though Elking goes down, it's Toxie who takes Wubier down. And that makes it 6-5.
That was well read by ECV. I think AT really symptomatic of the COD 4 curse there. They all pushed B. Things weren't working in any of the last 2 rounds, and that's really a bit too predictable. And you know, you see that in Call of Duty 4. Teams don't really, you know, there's only so many ways you can mix it up. But ECV, with their experience, they realized, okay, this is a B push. Duffer read it, and they won the round.
And it's more of also more of a shoutcaster curse. I mean, we were talking about how AT was surprisingly doing well against a map that the players of Visualize are very good at. And we are praising them, and all of a sudden the curse just drops like a +25, and all of a sudden it all the way goes like Visualize. And well, at this point it's a 3-on-3. Deleter has taken down Toxie. It's Prince on the mid street taking down Katana with that M4 carbine. both of the ECVisualize players were at the bins, and they were both taken down. So that's the round for AT 7-5 halftime.
Yeah, big,
What are your
big half for
expectations?
AT. I think they definitely, though they're not to be messed with. ECV realized around midway through that, okay, we should probably try and change things up and not peak as often as we did. AT, I think they changed it as much as they could. They went for the B slow, picked up an early frag, but then really got red. And then the final round there, AT managed to push into A very quickly, lost 2 frags, but then held their ground. So, you know, don't really mess with AT. I think that's the message they're sending out to ECV at the moment. And saying that, you know, Strike has kind of changed over the years. You know, it's very much a map where you can excel on both sides depending on how you play. I mean, beginning of Call of Duty 4, it used to be a very defensive sided map, and now that's changed. So, you know, it's really all to play for. You can see a very, very dominant attack from ECV here, and I expect the likes of Toxi and Elkin to pick it up a little, as they'll be given more freedom to run the map now, and it's really on AT to see how solid they can stay and whether they can hold their nerve at both bomb sites.
Well, that is something we had a little discussion about in the previous game we casted. With the peak on the balancing of the maps. I mean, you used to have like defense is more is better on one map, and on the other map it's more of an attack-based map. And seeing as how COD4 progressed over the years, it doesn't really matter what side you're on. Depending if you have the skill set in the team individually, it doesn't really matter if you're on attack or defense. I must say that AT had a decent run, even though they had a little bit of a drawback there, going from 6-2 to 7-5 halftime, but it's still not over yet. I mean, they've got a little lead right now. It's 4-on-3. Rain, with that scope, is making Katana's life a living hell right now. Now it's Toxi with, he switched back to the SMG, I believe. He now takes down Safe, makes it 3-on-3. They are making their way in towards that statue area, so they are committing towards that A. Prince now taking down Comedy with the M4. Elking with the reply on Wubier. But Cherries is there, aka Rain. Takes down Elking. Toxi, last man standing with an inch of health left. Does manage to regen. Now needs to find that scope. He needs to kill that scope. He does find Prince. But Cherries takes him down with the deagle.
I mean, that was a crazy round, because I mean, Duffer ran into A. Toxi managed to pick up the early kill, and Duff was really on his own. There was really nobody else in there to support him. And you know, in games like this, you really need to stick together. If you push somewhere, push together. And we need to be seeing more of that. And it was really elementary mistakes from both sides there. So it was really an eye for an eye round.
Toxi taking a huge hit there from the grenade. Does manage to stay alive. Duffer with the SMG. Toxi with a double fragger on Safe and Wubier. Cherry's last man standing. They know where he is. And Toxi with his third frag of the round takes him down. And that's a very quick round for Visualize.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, Toxi exploiting the same lack of nades that we saw Delita really do well from in the last half, and he got in there and he showed that he can actually play the SMG, and he got 3 frags.
I used to, when I was a kid, I used to watch a lot of G.I. Joe, and their slogan was known as half the battle. And bringing that to COD4, it's nading is half the battle. So having decent nades can really give you a big advantage early on. Now we've got Wubier with a double frag. The leader takes down Duffer, but Duffer has taken down Wubier in the meantime. And we've got Prince there at the marketplace at B House, takes down Katana in mid. Last man standing, Elking. Can this German powerhouse show us something? Oh, what a beautiful nade there from Prince. Takes Elking totally by surprise, and that's again a quick round for AT Gaming. And yeah, well, they go tit for tat right now.
It is tit for tat, and you know, if it keeps going tit for tat, then you're going to find AT going to pick up the first map. And, I'm not really sure how ECV can change this up at the moment. AT are actually playing rather well. They're pushing when they need to, and they're sitting in when they need to. So they're definitely showing that there is a air of experience around the team. And Sulu, I must admit, he's been impressing me with that carbine. It's almost reminiscent of Raijeki. He's doing rather well with the gun.
Ah, yeah, I still remember that. Raijeki was the only player who always stuck to the M4 carbine. Every player in the world who plays Assault always played the AK-47 except him. He never wanted to play anything else. And Sulu, well, he tries to give Raigeki's memory back. You should say.
He's the Dutch Raijeki, maybe. I mean,
yeah,
not many players nowadays, so that's probably can stand. But ECV aren't changing up from a tactical standpoint. They need to be pushing B, at least splitting. But the SMGs are literally pushing A all the time, and we can see it this round. They're going for another A push, and is it going to work? I really don't know. It's getting a bit too obvious.
Oh wow, beautiful flick shot there from Rain on comedy there in CAF. Jerry's, aka Rain, don't really know what to call him, but he has made a huge impact as a scope on this game. He's been spot on, and his shots are really delivering. Now Katana with a scope shot there on Sulu. Safe has taken down Toxie. Elking now with a kill on Wubier. Duffer follows up with the AK on Safe. So I'm guessing Duffer and Toxie have been switching it up with the guns again. Deleter still on the deleting rampage here. Takes down Duffer. Deleter, last man standing with that AK in hand. Again, they are going for that A, and it is a pretty good cover. We've got Katana here waiting just outside Cav, just peeking that back entrance. But he is coming through the front door. Gets tagged up massively there, and Katana finishes it off with that deal.
That was a nice round by Katana. You got a few crucial picks, and AT really just didn't stay in A and hide. And Wubby's actually really is, I'm afraid, the culprit there by peeking when he really could have just sat in. Elkin got one of his very few frags of this match, and Katana won the round through his picks.
There goes Rain again with that scope. Only this time he kills his own teammate. That's not something you actually want to do. But unfortunately, sometimes it happens. And now Duffer and Toxie with a quick 1-2 there on Wubier and Safe. Katana follows up on Rain. So Katana now on top. Comedy finishes the round off on Sulu. And that's the rounds are going quick, they're going fast, and they're going furious.
They are. It's getting quite close now. So ECV's persistent barrage on A is starting to pay off. And I say A, but actually it's their control of middle, which is imperative on strike. Controlling middle, controlling the mid shops, getting somebody top overlooked, so you get real map control, and that's what you're after on strike. And ECV are starting to shine in that department. So hopefully we'll see a very close game.
And they just keep committing to that A side. It's now Elking in Cav trying to peek around the corner. The scope isn't alive anymore, so that would be a big one-up for them. Seeing as that scope is still alive, Wubier there with a +10 on Duffer and Toxie. Elking just sees a player there. He knows there's somebody behind that wall, just spamming some random bullets out through that wall. Getting tagged up in the process. 2v3 in favor of AT. Elking making his way. It's the German duo still alive here. Elking making his way towards that A bomb. Does he have any smoke or backup? There is a smoke being thrown there. So Elking now makes his way towards that bomb. Tries to plant it out. Beautiful nade there from Deleter. Totally destroying Elking.
That was a
nice timing.
Big round for AT. They're leading 11-8 now. And, I think probably because I am a color caster, I have the license to really dig into these teams where appropriate. And ECV, I don't know what they were doing. Duffer and Toxie, what were you doing in A there? You had A control, and you let Wubbies get those 2 kills, which changed around. It's elementary mistakes from ECV now.
Let's see what Delete is doing. He is in mid here in the shops, just peeking around that overlook area. Rain again, very important there, taking down Taksha. And I'm guessing they're going for A once again, though I see somebody there in mid. It's Comedy at that B link, trying to get in towards the B house, I guess. No. He's making his way towards mid. He is now in shops. Taking a sneak peek. Katana now going huge with a double frag on Woobier and Rain. And Katana gets surprised by Safe. Safe takes him down. So now it's a 2-on-2. It's Comedy and Elking. Oh, what a beautiful tap there from Elking. He doubles back around and Comedy finishes off Safe, making it 9-11. It's still a 2-round lead for AT.
Yeah. Safe was actually 1 second away from probably winning the round for AT there. If you were 1 second faster, he would have actually snuck up behind Elking and got that crucial frag. So, yeah, it's a quell, but you know, it's almost a game of inches, really, and AT could have easily won that.
Well, you can still see that COD 4 hasn't changed a lot in all those years. I mean, it's always been a question of a pixel for most games, and it is still here. Sulu now with a double frag on Katana and Comedy opening up the round, but he doesn't get much for that achievement as Taksha takes him down with the SMG. They switched. Deleter now taking down Taksha, and as a revenge for his fallen teammate, Deleter again there with a kill on Duffer. Elking last man standing. Let's take a peek. Where is he? He is in mid. Does spot somebody, but Rain with a beautiful scope shot from the B sniper. House takes him down, and they only need one more round for the first map.
Yeah, and you know, Sulu again, he's making life for his team very easy there by picking up 2 early frags, and he's reading the game very well. And I'm actually thinking ECV have probably given up on this map now. Even if it's 3 rounds to go, they're only doing very much the same thing as they try and push into A, and not going to say anything else there.
It's going to be a massive push here, as Rain again comes up huge for his team. Does manage to take 2 down with a make that 3 with that scope. Oh, wow. Let's see where he is. Where is he? Where's Rain? Take a peek at Rain. There he is. But before I can take a peek at him, it's Deleter who takes down Katana and makes it a win in the first map for AT.
Yeah, absolutely. And you know, well played to AT. I think they should get a lot of the plaudits about the way they played there, because I could actually very happily sit here for 5 minutes and talk about all the bad things ECV did, but AT did what they needed to do. They got the early picks, they held places where they needed to, and you know, looking at ECV, it was a bit of an every man for himself situation. I really didn't see any round on attack there that they played as a team or tried to do something together, and I don't know, you know, why that is. I do know that they've played for quite some time together. I would have expected at least a level of teamwork or a level of team play to be, you know, to be seen really pushing into certain bomb sites, but it isn't there. And you know, if they're not careful, we could see exactly the same thing on city streets.
Well, to be fair, you can talk just what you said. You can talk about what went wrong with Visualize, but don't forget, AT Gaming is a solid org. They've been in Call of Duty also for a very long time, and they are in the Invite League, and they're not there for nothing. I mean, they've proven themselves worthy of playing in this league, and well, it shows. I mean, the first map, it was solid. It wasn't perfect, but it was just solid. They played good, and well, they won the first map, 39. So let's see what's going to happen now on City Streets, which is also a very interesting map, and I'm really interested to see how the scopes are going to fare on this map, because yeah, well, there's not much room to scope here, so I'm pretty interested.
It will be interesting, you're right. But I mean, looking at ECV, I think it is the map they chose, and I can see why, because you know, the level of team player necessary on City Streets is actually much less than Strike. And you know, if you did have team play in City Streets, great. But you can see that, you know, the SMGs, especially Duffer and Zelita, they're gonna be pivotal to both their teams on City Streets now, because it's about the pushes they make, and it's also the scope battles. I've been quite impressed with Thierry's. I don't know if that's his real name. I'll keep calling him Thierry's.
Apparently his name is Rain.
Rain, okay. Well, Rain, I've been quite impressed with the way he's played. He's done everything right. Maybe not very exceptional in the shots that he's hit, but he's peaking in the right places. And it's really, I reckon it's Duffer versus Deleter and Rain versus Katana on this map. And those 4 players are going to very heavily influence the way this game goes now.
And in the meantime, I just want to point out that if, to all the viewers, if you have any questions for us or any feedback, or if you want to just, like, say anything to Enrio, seeing that he is an ex-pro player. I mean, if you have any questions, just pop it into the chat. I don't know if somebody is going to read it. I'm not, unfortunately, but somebody is going to read it and maybe can convert it to us, maybe Enrio, maybe...
Yeah, you got your boys in the background. Everything is fine.
Oh, we got our boys in the background. Alright, that's
I have our
perfect.
production crew.
That's perfect. So that means we can talk gibberish all we want, Chris, and they'll...
Yeah. No,
look
I've
after
actually
everything.
got a second screen out. I can see the chat screen, so if necessary,
pretty cool.
I'll whip
So,
that. So yeah,
You
it's fine.
heard it here, guys. He has a second screen on. If you have any questions or comments, just throw it into the chat, and we are going to read it. So,
Yeah, that's fine. Any questions about whatever CyberGamer or Call of Duty 4, you can ask, and we can always talk about it in the break.
and I'm still starting a CyberGamer dating service where if you have a nice single sister about 20 plus who's interested in this hunk of caster, just leave a message. Always nice. Getting back into the game because we're going really off topic this time. Getting back into this game, we've got ECVisualize here on the attacking side. Already 2 man down with Deleter and Rain, who have taken names safe. Now follows up on Elking. Toxie does reply on Deleter. Bomb getting picked up here by Katana in the parking lot. Still got Rain on that mid, just peeking, scoping it out.
Yeah, and AT just really need to sit in here now, because Katana and Toxie are on opposite sides of the map. So AT really, it's all about discipline now.
Indeed it is. Toxie does take down... No. Hang on. Nah, I was a little bit confused. I was still in the whole dating service thing, so never mind. It's 3-on-2 here, still in favor of AT Gaming, and, well, they really have to move. Katana and Toxie have found each other there, making their way towards that A-bomb. Bomb is going down. They are being spectated. Nade gets thrown out by Rain. Katana with the scope shot there on Sulu, making it a 2v2. Toxie holding his own there in apparition role. And again, a beautiful shot there from Katana. And now it's Wubier, last man standing with that AK. The barrel blows up, he makes his way to it. He's trying to get towards that bomb. He's got 15 seconds to defuse it. This is going to be a very hard accomplishment as Katana just mows him down.
Katana went huge. He went really huge that round. And, you know, I was talking about discipline, but, you know, when you're disciplined, it doesn't mean that you hide in there. It means keep your angles. And ECV were allowed to plant there by AT, and Katana, you know, take nothing away from him. He actually got 3 crucial frags there and close around that. Well played, Katana.
He got 4 frags in the entire round there. Rain now opening up again with that scope on Toxie. Save with a double frag there on Duffer, and Elking with an exploding car. Quickly giving ECVisualize a 3-man deficit. I make that 4 as Deleter takes down Katana. Comedy here, last man standing. He's in a lot of trouble. He does take down Safe, so it's not going to be a team ace for AT Gaming. We've got Zulu here on a very cheeky spot there in the middle of the marketplace. But Comedy's in trouble. He's in a lot of trouble. They know exactly where he is, and he's got 4 men to contend with. They spot him, they tag him, but he doesn't die.
Yeah.
And in the end, it's Woubier with the last frag, making it 1-1 again.
Yeah, no real hope there for Comedy, but you know, like I said, really, this is an SMG-oriented map, and the only way you can take out the SMGs is by getting your early nades right, and AT exploited the lack of early nades by ECV there.
And not only with the early nades, but if you have a scope like Rain, who picks off everybody when they just want to make their way towards that B house, that is nobody getting past him. But the ECVisualize now take a massive revenge there for the early dropping of Duffer, making Prince here, or Zulu as it were, last man standing. Comedy there, making his way upstairs with that SMG, takes him down. Quick round here for Visualize.
Yeah, pretty much just like strikes. You know, it's going tit for tat. I'd be interested to see how AT try and switch things up. I can see that they're actually nading more heavily down through middle now. And I think it might be interesting to watch Deleter as he pushes down B side.
Bucksha now grabbing up the SMG again. Actually making his way towards that mid now.
I think Deleter realizes there's somebody, yep, and he's taken out.
Beautiful shot there from Duffer, just peeking that mid there. Rain again with that scope, taking down Elking. Nice shot there. Woubier knows there's somebody there. Just spamming some shots out there, trying to cover that. Not happening. Katana is there at that B house, taking him down. Prince does reply. Toxi now with that double frag, ending the round in a victory for Visualize. Now on a 3-1 lead.
Yeah, and it was really Duffer that opened up the play very nicely. I must say, Woubiers actually did very poorly there. When he was taking on Katana, there was a needless jump, but also he didn't back Deleter up as well as he could have. Deleter needed support there from the double doors, and Woubiers didn't offer it, but it was that crucial pick by Duffer that won the round.
Again, the early frags are for the AT side. Safe and Rain now opening up the round. Comedy does reply, takes down Rain, so scope is dead. Nice SMG work there from Toxia in marketplace there in mid. Woubier has taken down his own teammate in the meantime with a headshot. So Visualize is going to thank him for that. Oh wow, what a nice reflex. Katana there to save the day. Takes down Woubier. Or Toxia would have instantly died. Let's see what's going to happen. Deleter now last man standing, and he gets killed by Katana with the SMG in mid. 4-1 lead for Visualize.
Yeah, and you know, Woubiers will be looking at himself and thinking, am I costing my team the game now? Because he is having a terrible game there, and that TK last round hasn't helped matters. So he's got a lot to do to try and pick it up for his team.
Team kill is not something you're completely proud of. And now it's Duffer with a quick 1-2. Exploding car and the SMG frag there on Prince. Comedy with the follow-up. Toxia taking a kill of his own. And Duffer with the last frag. 3 frags in 1 round for Duffer and a team ace for Visualize. And now it's going fast.
Yeah, ECV really, you know, snowballing their way to a real big lead now, and I'm not really sure how AT can actually match them, because pushes into middle by Toxia and Duff are really having a strong effect. And Katana, he's doing extremely well as per usual with those key frags as scope. You know, I keep saying it, but AT need to try and sit in a little bit more, because these rounds are actually going very quickly.
At this point, I'm more impressed by how Cherries or Rain, whatever his name is playing right now with that scope. He is spot on every single round. He makes the frags count, and again he's going for it. Just flicks a shot there towards that B house. He knows Duffer's there. Duffer just ready and waiting around the corner here. Safe coming through that mid area. He doesn't know there's 2 players there on his backside. Does find one, doesn't manage to land a frag, throws the flash out, does manage to take down Elking. Beautiful jump shot there. And the second, wow! How did he not die?
Poor, and that was such a close round there. Safe. He only needed one more bullet to have killed Comedy. That single bullet, and it was really well played by Safe. You know, the round was closing out, and he had to make the move. He went in there, got the first frag, and Warbiers did rather okay to nearly get the second kill as well. But that's just desperately unlucky from AT's point of view, because that last bullet, whether it would have hit Comedy's toe, that would have won them the round, and it was just very unlucky.
Apparently they're saying now that the server is spazzing out. Well, I don't see any lags.
Yeah, I'm always lagging, to be honest, so I'm probably not in a good position to say whether the server is...
Yeah, but that's because you're in England.
No, I just got a bad line, that's all.
Yeah, there's English lines. I hear a lot of people complaining about...
Well, we have fiber in some parts of the country.
Yeah, but I hear a lot of English people complaining about the internet service providers that some of them are really, really crappy.
Yeah,
So
you're absolutely right. No, you're right. I can't contest with that. The broadband infrastructure in the UK is pretty much behind a lot of the European countries, but saying that, I will be getting fiber, so I will be joining Europe's Elite next week.
Woohoo! So, I'm guessing when you get your fiber, we're going to see you back on the main stage here. Then we're going to cast a couple of your games in the future.
Not too sure about that. We'll see.
Ah, yes you will. If there's like a team like Visualize or maybe one of the old school teams would actually be interested in coming back, say the likes of Dignitas, Reason Gaming or something like that, and they would ask you to play, you would do it. I know you would.
Well, you're basically answering for me. Do I have a say in this one?
No.
You're saying no. I mean,
no, you don't.
It's not
you're
even
a
like
legend.
that. It's if I can find the time to really enjoy the game as I used to. And
It's
maybe I'll just play the games, but
it used to be like with Stevie when he had no team, he got picked up by Fnatic. He didn't have any say in the matter. He just needed to play. Simple as.
Oh right, yeah, sure. I mean, it's not even like that. I think you go through stages in your career, if you can even call it that, where motivation is up and down. You play the game for different reasons. So I'd be playing it for fun. That's really what would happen.
I've always done this game for fun because I'm too good to play on this level. So
yeah, well, I mean,
yeah.
Just going back to the game, it's quite interesting that AT did have that little break there. They used the timeout and see if they can try and fix what's going on for them.
It could give them a little bit of a opportunity to try some different tactics to throw it around a little bit, and well, it looks good as of now. I mean, they are on the back foot, 6-1, but they have some. It's tit for tat in the kills, and at this point, it's visualized with 3 men versus the 2 of AT Gaming. We've got Katana in mid there with the scope, getting raped in the back by Rain there with the deagle, making it a 2-on-2. Comedy and Elking there, both going towards a bomb. Bomb is down. Comedy now taking down Wubier. Let's take a peek at Comedy. He is in the what we usually didn't like to be in that corner, because it was the first part everybody was always looking for. There's a heavy fight going on the stairs there, and it's Comedy with the AK taking down Rain. 7-1, and this is not looking good for
7-1, and
AT.
ECV are actually playing in these closed spaces. They're playing much better than AT, and I think that's where their experience is shining through. I wouldn't say that their teamwork is stellar at the moment. I think it's ECV's experience in reading the game and knowing when to push and knowing when to sit back in these closed spaces that's winning them the rounds. But saying that, you know, commentator's curse, there we go, Safe's got 2 frags there.
Yeah, Safe going massive there in that middle. Taking down Toxia with the nade and Comedy with the SMG. Now seeing Katana's feet behind the white van there, taking him down as well. 3 kills in 1 round. Wubier is denying him the ace because he took down Elking, and Wubier with his second frag taking down Duffer. Team ace there for AT, and well, they apparently they took time to regroup, as it were, in that short little break.
Yeah, I mean, you know, it is going back to the idea that this is an SMG-oriented map. I expected a lot more from Delita in this round, and he's not maybe living up to expectations somewhat.
He already did most of the work on the other map, so apparently he's taking a little break
look at
now.
that.
Beautiful double kill there from Elking with the exploding barrel and the nade. As Rain also had a double kill on Comedy and Duffer. 3 on 3 again. Safe getting tagged up, Elking getting tagged up. Trying to get that bomb down. The fake plant going out. Let's see who has the bomb. It is Elking. He's just behind the stairs. And again he's going with the fake plant. Trying to peek the backside. Nothing there. Katana taking down Wubier. And safe.
Planted.
Last man standing would be Rain, but he gets taken down by Katana as well with the SMG. 8-2.
A sweet set nade from Elking there to, you know, hit the A alley with that set nade and get the 2 crucial frags, and that's not a bad way to open his account for this map.
Indeed, that was a pretty hardcore nade that landed there. And now it's Delita stepping up the game a little bit with a double SMG frag on Duffer and Elking. The other SMG for Visualize Touch is also already down. Zulu has taken him out. 2v5. Katana and Comedy left. Katana now with the AK taking down Rain. Making his way. He is in front of the parking lot. A lot of smoke going out there. A 4-man, they know where they are. Now let's see what Comedy and Katana can do. They are pretty much stuck. They have to make a move. Katana now made his way towards the wishing well. Trying to get a sneak peek there at Market. Comedy now with the deagle taking down Delita. Comedy made his way all the way back to spawn. Trying to maybe get in the rotate towards B. Didn't really happen. Katana is making everybody's life miserable there. Taking down Wubier and Prince for the +10. Save last man standing, and Katana finishes it off. Beautiful triple kill there.
And that was
9-2.
literally just huge play from Katana there that won his team the round. And there's no other way to put it. You know, AT just couldn't do anything against Katana. He played the smoke, you know, the traditional Stevie smoke, went into a house, and it was literally individual brilliance.
Duffer there with the early nade frag down. Wubier. Delita follows up on Toxia there in that middle. Comedy with a nade on Rain. Duffer taking revenge there for his fallen teammate. Takes down Safe with that SMG full V2. And I wanted to take a quick peek at the scoreboard, but these rounds are going so fast. Beautiful nade there from Elking to finish off Prince. Wow, 10-2. 18-4 for Katana in that
18
round.
frags. He has, you know, some people might put it, he has carried his team in that first half of the map there, and you know, it was such a close round at that point. The last round, you know, the 11th round of this match, I could see AT winning that, and that really was because ECD were put in a difficult position. They had to think, well, you know, A is so successful so far, really just purely down to individual play. Do we keep going there? And as you know, as teams do, they say, yeah, it's working. And they should have lost that round, but if it weren't for Katana, and Katana just came up with the goods, and that gave them the confidence to go ahead and win that final round and push B hard. And you know, if I were AT right now, I'd be a little bit demoralized because they probably did everything they could have done. But if it weren't for Katana.
Well, it's a well-known motto, if it's not broken, don't fix it.
You're right.
And-
You're right. I mean, that's the thing. But you know, in Call of Duty 4, if you're pushing a certain bomb site as attack, you know, it gets to a point where it becomes a little bit predictable, and you know that's where if you do have a team leader, he needs to make the important calls and decide, well, you know what, maybe it's time to switch it up to keep the opponents guessing, because you know it gets to a point where the opponents don't need to guess anymore. But if it is so strong, then really you should just keep doing it. And I don't know, in ECV's case it wasn't that their A push was so strong, it was just Katana, he knew what he had to do, and he played it perfectly with his smokes and with his picks.
That's what I wanted to address that. I mean, like you said, normally when they do like an A push the entire round, I mean it's 12 rounds and a half, and if you do like the same thing like 7 rounds in a row, people kind of anticipate it and try to resolve what went wrong. But if you have the skill that Katana just showed with almost a 20 bomb there carrying his team, then well, then you can just go all 12 rounds to one bomb site. That doesn't really matter then. And well, that's what Katana showed us, that individual skill does count. It may be a team effort, but if you have skills like Katana does, you can pull it off.
No, absolutely. I mean, you know, in this day and age, Katana needs to be seen as one of the top players in the scene, and I remember back in the day, Katana probably could have been seen as the nearly man. He was always very good online. You know, it is always very difficult in LAN environments. And you're not given many opportunities to perform at LAN, so you know it's very easy for your motivation to plummet if you're labelled as a bit of an onliner, as Katana was. But he's stuck at it. He's still playing, and yeah, he's definitely one of the top players at the moment.
Oh, there is a whole lot of difference between online and playing at LAN. I mean, I've never played competitive at a LAN before, but I went to a couple casting wise, and I must admit, when you're on a LAN, it's a whole different setting where you're casting in, and I can imagine for the players, it's also a huge transition from being at home, playing in your own stable environment, going towards a LAN, being in weird seats with weird tables, and everything's different.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. I mean, it's about acclimatizing to a new environment as quickly as you can, and that, you know, that shows how good you are.
Indeed, it does. Well, getting back into this game, it is now a 3-on-2 in favor of Visualize. The rounds are going thick and fast. We have a man going up the middle stairs there. That is going to be Rain. He has the SMG in hand. Katana with that deagle. Now Rain, last man standing. He does manage to take down Ilking, still has 2 more to go, but he is tagged up so heavily. Throws on the smoke, trying to get the bomb, but the bomb's all the way on the other side of the map. And that is going to be camped.
Yeah, and Toxi doesn't know that though. I mean, he's playing quite deep at B, so he's not aware that the bomb is actually... I've actually forgotten the name of that house. Brown, that's it. He used to call it Brown. So he's not aware that the bomb's in there, and because of that, he's actually sitting very, very tight. But Katana is aware he's in there, and Toxia, as a consequence, is sitting back now.
I think we used to call that wooden.
Wooden, that's probably it. Yeah.
What about laundry?
Wooden and brown.
Yeah, wooden brown. But if I remember correctly, most of the noobs I played with always called it.
I think you're right.
Yeah.
Laundry. I'm sorry, yeah.
To ring a bell.
Laundry. No, laundry.
In Germany we say Wäscherei. Wäscherei.
Yeah, but our
Jesus,
streamer
that takes so
says
long to say. By
it's
the time you said
laundry,
it.
but laundry isn't the room where the bomb was.
No, it's
That
wooden.
was
I think
what-
you're right. Let's stick with wooden.
Yeah. Let's just go with wooden. Anyways, it's
play by
11-2,
comedy.
so it seems that this map is going to go to Visualize, even though they now have a 4-2 lead in players on this round. Make that a 4 versus 3 as Zulu takes down Elking. He switched to the AK-47. That's boring. I wanted to see some M4 carbine action.
Yeah, well, I mean, ECV have total map control, and they've had total map control since the start of these defensive rounds. And I think AT are looking at this map and thinking about the next one already. So it's really a case of playing these rounds out. But saying that, you should never say never. Who knows? Who knows? We might witness the comeback of comebacks.
Well, I've seen a couple of very decent comebacks back in my day, and now Prince is just sticking around that spawn, trying to get everybody who wants to backstab. There's still a player at that B bomb site. Let's see who that is. That's Comedy.
Katana just missed a pretty easy shot there, and
Katana missing the shot. Now he hits it.
Then hits a difficult one. Hits another difficult one.
Oh, beautiful shot there from Katana to make it game point, map point, I should say.
Full of surprises. Katana's full of surprises. But yeah, I mean, it's as I said before, I think this is very much an ECV map now, and ATR looking towards the third and final decider.
Yep.
And I don't see it going any other way either.
We wouldn't want it to go any other way. I mean, we always love casting 3-map games, especially if they're a little bit close, let's say. No, Bouvier, no last man standing. Yeah. He does manage to take down Toxia though. He's still in that wooden house. He's getting spammed from all sides. They know where he is. He's getting tagged up heavily. He does manage to get out of there, which is pretty impressive. And now both the visualized players are coming through that mid area.
Both of them starting to realize that something's up as well. Elking's actually... Oh my god.
Unlucky there. And now he's now he's trying to make his way towards that A bomb, but they know where he's going. And oh wow, he does manage to take Comedy down though. So now it's only a 1v1. It's Wurbier versus Elking. Is Elking going to fall for it? Oh, he does. He does manage to tag him up a little bit, but can he make the kill? Can he make the frag? Oh, Elking needs to get the hell out of there. He has regen. And now it's jumping. Beautiful shot there from Elking. Well played.
Elking finally picks it up. I mean, Jesus, he had a moment there where Elking read the game perfectly. His experience shone through, and he just missed every bullet. And it was almost a comedy of errors on both plays. But fair play to Wubbies. I think he did everything he needed to do. At one point, he just fired all the bullets above Elking's head as he was prone. So could have won his team the round. But reflecting on the map, I think it was ECV's map control, especially in the middle, that. Especially on defense, I mean, they did very well on attack, particularly because of Katana's individual play. But on defense, they showed really how to play defense on city streets, and that's a combination of pushes through middle, prepared smokes, making sure that both alleyways are naded, and pushing. And I was actually, Katana was essentially MVP there on that map, but a special mention is deserved for Comedy, as we did speak about him before the game started. But his mid play was as good as probably it could get on city streets. He pushed when he needed to, and he actually got quite a few opening frags for his team there. So yeah, I did say SMGs were going to play a big part. Delita had a fairly subpar game, and so did Duff, but at least for his standards, he did get 13 frags. I'm not going to sit here and.
Well, I must say, Comedy has not disappointed us up till now, and now we only need to wait for the streamer to switch to Crossfire so we can do the final map.
All right. Yes. No. I actually, Dave did send me the icon. Sorry.
All right. So okay. So we're waiting for Enrio now to switch it.
Final map? Backup, wasn't it?
No, Crossfire.
Oh god.
Yeah, we're going for Crossfire. So now we can actually see if Katana can really uphold the name he has as one of the best scopes of.
Yeah, but don't forget about Duffer on Crossfire. It's actually,
yeah,
he's a beast with an SMG on this map. He's pushing everything to death.
Yeah, we used to have the D&D combo here next to the bus. That was always a fun thing to see when Diablo and Duffer ran alongside the bus and just annihilated people before they even knew what happened. And that was always a fun thing. We also had Froz. Who remembers Froz? Froz used to be a beast on Crossfire. We used to call it Frozfire.
I just
and,
played at the last District Prague LAN. It's not that inactive. Definitely not.
Alrighty.
No?
So now we're
He
waiting
played
for
with
the
my
rest of the-
Insanity and they did really, really great. Oh my
I
god.
think now's probably a good time for you to take a very quick 2-minute break, shall we, guys? Well-deserved beverage.
Yeah, good idea.
Well-deserved beverage. Okay.
We can take a very short break. You can listen to some music in the meantime, and when the map is going to start, including the knife round, when the actual game is going to start, we will be back, with our professional commentary. So don't go anywhere, don't go AFK. We'll be right back.
Sound muted.
I'm walking down the road less traveled. It's
he's
harder
acting
when the sun is shining, 'cause the light's not fair. I'm talking to my darkest shadows. This love is do or die, but they don't care. I don't know why I do this to myself. It's not right, but I can't love no one else, no one else. But I can't love no one else, no one else. But I can't love no one else, but I can't love no one
Sound resumed.
Oh, okay.
I'm advertising.
Quick knife round.
So I think we are back up in the stream, right?
Yeah, they're ready for it. They're just staying inside. Apparently, they don't want a knife.
Great. So, are we back live?
Yeah.
Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to CyberGamer TV with this CG Invite League game. Invite League game, I should say, between AT Gaming and ECVisualize. If you just tuned in, where the bloody hell have you been? You missed so much. I mean, we've got a massive legend next to me in the caster desk. We had a magnificent game, and now we're into the third map, which is going to be Crossfire. Giving you a little recap, the first map has been won by AT Gaming with 39, that was on strike. Then we had City Streets as the next map, which was won in a very dominant order by ECVisualize, 13-2, and now we are in map number 3, which is Crossfire. I still want to tell you guys that the legend next to me in the caster booth is none other than Enrio, which is he's going to give us some expert analysis of the game. And I'm just going to talk like a headless chicken.
Sit back and yeah. Yeah, well, no worries. I mean, I think that was a good first round by AT there to lead to sign the show his SMG capabilities, and really it was a case of them no fearing it. Safe took down Duffer back A, and you know, that's a good start for AT.
Yeah, I kind of know what the problem is. They're missing half of the D&D. That's the problem.
Missing half? Yeah, that's right.
They're missing half of the D&D, and that's the whole issue. That's Duffer's problem. I'm even thinking that he's thinking about, I used to play this with Diablo, and that was the D&D. He still has the bind, by the way, of the D&D combo.
Oh, I'm sure he does.
Which is pretty fun.
I mean, it's worth mentioning that Safe's actually taking Duffer out for a second round running here, so this is a Pence 3-on-3.
Yeah, Safe is playing pretty safe. No pun intended. But now he gets dropped here by Elking.
Yeah, and a bit of aggression by Elking there, pushing into the B alley with the AK. You don't see that very often on Crossfire anymore. So I think it's really a case of Elking trying to redeem himself. And this is an experience-based map, so we might see ECV's experience shine through.
Oh, that was a beautiful scope, a smoke shot there from Katana, and he makes another beautiful shot there in that top lighthouse. He tags up Prince so far that Prince drops down and just commits suicide. Beautiful play there from Katana with that scope. Now Elking and Tachi, quick 1-2 on Deleter and Safe. And Wibier, last man standing, he gets tagged up pretty heavily there. He is in melons. And he gets taken down by the Deagle of Toxia, making it a quick 2-1 lead here for Visualize.
2-1 to the defensive side, and I think Crossfire's actually changed over the years. We've seen in the really big matches, when you look back and you look at My Insanity, you know, with Shubi Ono against the Nexus, defense actually has become much stronger over the years. You know, with Fantasy playing SMG and Bialy, and we're kind of seeing a strong defensive side from ECV here as well, so I don't really see AT changing the way they play very much. I'm not sure what they can do. I think they need to try and sit back, and this is a map where if you do have strat nades, tac nades into CAF mid-game, that can make all the difference.
Well, as it stands, we had a team ace there for Visualize in the fourth round of this game, giving them a 3-1 lead. Now Comedy there with the +15 there, double kill on the nade, and the SMG kill there on Deleter with a headshot. So now it's Comedy going massive here. Prince now does take him down, so no more kills here for the Comedy King. Duffer now with a double frag manages to take Zulu down 4-1, and well, this is really going Visualize's
It's
way.
all going horribly wrong for AT. I think they need to slow it down, even if it's a case of slowing the round down to try and figure out what to do. You know, you see that in Counter-Strike quite often, where you use the round to talk about what's going wrong. Obviously, you don't have a buy system in Call of Duty 4, but AT might need to do the same here.
Well, you just see when the round starts, I was spectating Toxie when the round started. You just see two men of Visualizers running in the middle of the street, dodging one or two nades and making their way towards that A house and the bottom of Lighthouse. And well, there's not much that AT can do about it. I mean, now Prince is there behind the desk, taking down Toxie, trying to slow down the offensive SMGs there. Katana with that scope at the back of A house, absolutely decimating Wubier. Now Rain, last man standing, and he is in Melons with a scope. Let's see what he can do about this. He knows there's somebody going his way. He does see a couple of feet. Doesn't manage to land it. Wanted the knife there, but failed miserably.
Yeah,
and
you know, AT are playing into ECV's hands there. I mean, it was really, that round was a round of angles, and ECV, they kept their angles. Comedy and Elking actually both playing AK and CAF, and that is helping their game quite a lot. Toxie doubling up with Duffer and A with the SMG to make sure Safe can't get in, because controlling A is so important, and ECV are doing that extremely well.
And now it's Prince here with the double kill, taking down Duffer and Elking. The bomb is being... Is it going to be a full plant? Yes, it is. The bomb's going down pretty fast there. The Lita does take down Comedy, but gets rewarded by a headshot from Katana. Safe now takes down Toxie. Katana now last man standing, scope in hand, does spot one, misses a shot, misses again. The easy shots delude him. The hard shots are easy to make apparently, but the simple ones delude him. And now Wubier takes him down there.
Well executed fast plant by AT there. They realize they do need to change it up. It's going to be interesting to see what they do this round, because ECV are going to be wary of that fast plant.
Yeah, well, they tried a couple of slow plays, which really didn't work out. So now the fast plant really did. And it seems like they are not going to do another fast plant this time. We do have the leader there in Melon just spamming there around the corner. He knows somebody's there. Didn't miss the shot. Now Prince does take down Elking, first frag of the round. Comedy replies on Rain. Katana with that deagle takes down the leader. Katana... Now Wubier does take Katana down, making it a 3-on-3 again. Frags go tit for tat here. Comedy now with the nade on Wubier, giving the advantage back to Visualize. A horrible fail there from Safe. Duffer takes advantage. Duffer takes him down on the stairs there in that A house. Now in the bottom of that A house, Toxie just in front there in the garden of A house. Just making sure nobody can peek and nobody can rotate. Last man standing here is Prince in Melons, gets taken down by the AK of Comedy.
Yeah, and it's Comedy again, you know, showing his AK prowess. It was quite interesting. Katana actually played Bialy with the scope, which was a bit bizarre, and you know, that kind of play is keeping AT guessing. But you know, a worthy mention really for Duffer's failed bomb nade there. We should, I don't know if the cameraman caught that, but he threw the nade on the wall, and his rustiness is showing a little bit.
Well, sometimes you nade them, sometimes you don't. That's the, yeah, it happens. But this is, again, a very quick round for Visualize. And, well, AT haven't been in front in the last two maps, except for the first round of said map. They got a 1-0 lead on City Streets. Then it went horribly wrong, and the same thing is happening now. I mean, they came up 1-0, but now it's 7-2 in favor of Visualize. Visualize are really taking a lot out of this lead they have, and it's a comfortable lead as well. Well, Safe did manage to get on top of that A house. But can he make something of it? That's the question. Wubier taking down the Comedy there. making a 3-on-2 now in favor of AT. And can they actually break the momentum that Visualize has? It's all up to these three. Warbier, Save, and Rain. So the scope is also still alive. Let's see where he is. Rain is still at spawn. Throwing the nade in towards Kebab. Does tag somebody. Elking manages to stay alive with a slither of health. Save does manage to take Katana down. Now Elking last man standing. And Cherries takes him down with that deagle. And, well, AT get another round on the board, 7-3.
They do, and I think, you know, credit has to go to Safe because it is about controlling that A house, and Safe managed to get in, and he does manage to get in. He is playing smart enough to try and, you know, worm his way around the house and get those strikes, so well played to Safe.
This time, Tuxia already anticipated that the same thing would be happening again, but Prince now... Sulu with a double kill on both the SMGs. Tuxia and Duffer both going down. Delita takes down Comedy. Elking down with a double frag on Prince and Wubier. 2-on-2. Elking still at spawn now, trying to throw the nade over towards that bomb. Doesn't manage to land anything. Oh wow. Very nice move there from Delita, just lying there in front of the opening. Just waiting for him to come out, and Deleter follows up with the AK frag on Katana, taking 2 rounds in a row back for AT, and well,
it's all of a sudden looking not so bad as it was a few rounds ago. And Deleter didn't well because they could have easily turned into a very tense 2-on-2. So that was a crucial first hit by him until King and closing the round after his team.
Yeah, I mean 7-5 would be a reasonable score. Even 8-4 isn't really impossible to turn around, as it were. And well, Wubier opening the round with a nade frag on Tuxia, giving the opportunity for said 7-5 back to AT. The round slowing down pretty fast. A lot of spamming going on there. Wubier getting tagged, getting fragged in the end. Beautiful +10 nade there from Duffer in Melons. He makes that a +15 and make that a 4-man in a row for Duffer. Duffer going absolutely massive in that last round, giving the 8-4 halftime lead to Visualize.
He just exploded onto the scene there. I mean, he's been quiet all game. Normally, A house is his. 4 big frags. I mean, okay, there were the 8 kills there, but you know, he showed that there's still a little bit of life in him.
Well, 8-4 may look like a decent lead for Visualize, but 8-4 isn't. It's not the end of the map just yet. So yeah, we'll just have to see how AT goes on the defensive side here. We've got the Wubier throwing the first nade, and Elking there with the +10 nade. Safe and Prince both biting the dust. Rain does reply, takes down Tuxia with that scope. Taking a little peek at where is he. We've got Delita there taking down Elking from the back. But now Delita is in trouble of getting backstabbed here. Which is, luckily for him, not happening right now. There is still a man in that A house. It is going to be Duffer. Duffer does peeking his way around there. There's 2 men right next to him. Is he going to spot one? He did spot one. Does get a couple of tags though, but not much.
Oh god,
the leader jumps around the corner, takes Duffer down. Oh, beautiful shot there. Katana again going huge with that scope and proving once more that he is one of the best scopes in this game.
Yeah, the ever reliable Katana there could have easily been a messy round for ECV, but Katana showing he's got the aim to match really the brain, if you want to call it that.
Oh wow, Duffer again with that quick run into that A house. He does manage to take the leader down in the process, but he didn't realize that Safe was also there. Safe taking him down with that SMG.
Explosives planted.
Visualize on 4 man now against the 3 of AT Gaming. Bomb has been planted on that B bomb site. Comedy taking on Safe there. Safe, I don't know really what Safe was doing. He wasn't even peeking towards Melons there, towards that B alley side. And yeah, he just got taken down pretty easily there by Comedy. Rain there with Rain going huge with that scope. Double frag there. Comedy, Katana both get shot in the head. But it's Elking and Toxie who clean up the round. 10 for the lead now for Visualize.
Yeah, I mean, I think the thing is with Crossfire, it is if you've got a confident scope, and importantly, if you believe in your scope, it gives you a bit of a license to peek, because Crossfire is about peeking and knowing where to peek, and having the confidence to peek. And I'm not convinced Rain knows how to play Crossfire. It might just be Katana actually being, you know, at his usual best here. But if your scope doesn't give you that confidence to peek, it becomes very, very difficult.
I'm taking a quick peek at the scoreboard in the meantime. We've got Katana and Duffer both on 14 frags for Visualize. And we have the leader on top fragging here for AT Gaming with 12 kills and 13 deaths. So, well, he's got a negative score, but he is still top fragging. And, well, you can really see that Katana and Duffer are really picking up their game in on Crossfire here right now. But now it's Rain with that double frag, Safe in the meantime with the SMG on Duffer. So one of the main men from Visualize is already down. It's a 5 versus 2. Katana and Toxie, the last 2 players alive. Katana peeking down in that top lighthouse, just trying to get a peek. Doesn't see anything. Throws the nade over. Does it land? Does it land? Yes, it does. He takes down Rain. Beautiful nade there. But in the... Oh. And I got it. Oh, that's fine.
Yeah, I do need to apologize. I am seeing in chat I do sound like a robot. I am lagging. And it's really because of my line. There's not much I can do. Hopefully it kind of resolves itself. I've had this terrible line for an entire year now, so fingers crossed it resolves itself. Otherwise,
well, you're pretty okay right now, so
cool.
Yeah, it's okay right now. I got kicked, so I missed the end of the round, but apparently the round has been won by Visualize.
Another round for ECV, yeah, and Duffer's actually just come here.
Wow.
He's just fired up, and you know, if he's given the confidence, he can really rip teams to shreds, as he's shown through the years, and he's
17 frags, so he's doing pretty good. But you would expect Crossfire being a scope-orientated map. You would expect the scopes to be a little bit higher. Katana does have a decent score of 15-7. But, well, you really want to expect them to be on top of the scoreboards here.
Yeah, I think it's really down to the fact that the game is sped up. I mean, we're possibly, you know, we're in the final few rounds now, and ECV have that confidence. So it's the early game. You're seeing the SMGs pushing quite quickly into certain areas, and scopes aren't given the time to really impact the round as much as they could.
Indeed, they are not. Let's see, we've got AT on 3-man, and only Elking left for Visualize. He is... Where is he?
He's doing
he's in the
show
bus.
again.
He's in the bus of death, and well, you know what that means if you're lying down in the bus of death. You know that's going to be your death as well, and Elking knew that. So he was just playing a little bit of hide and seek there, giving a round back to AT Gaming there. So let's see if they can capitalize on that. We've got Duffer with the first nade fractor on Safe. Prince does reply, takes Katana down, so the scope's dead. Prince going massive here, taking out Comedy as well. Let's see where he is. He is in the A house. Elking did take down the leader in the meantime. So it's a 3-on-3. Make that a... what? Oh, wow.
Oh.
I actually thought Sulu had him, but Rain is there to finish Duffer off with that deagle. So now it's 2 men standing. Elking all the way at the back of the bus. And he just gets destroyed by Woobier. And Prince finishes off Toxie. Prince there with 3 frags minimal in that round. 12-7, so they're clawing a
Yeah,
couple of rounds back.
there's a glimmer of hope for AT here. They could possibly bring it back. I think it's a little bit of complacency kicking in for ECV right now. And if they don't be careful, they might not be able to close this map out.
Again, it's Duffer with the first nade frag. It takes down the leader. Duffer getting tagged up pretty heavily there, going massively, taking down Woodier as well. And Prince with that deagle. Duffer really wanting to end this map pretty fast, and they do, with almost a team ace. And the last map goes to Visualize 13-7. So in the end, they win with a 2-1 map win.
Yeah, convincing last round. I mean, I'm probably lagging there. I don't know if I'm lagging.
I think
Oh no, we're just watching comedy that's lagging. Anyway, yeah, no, convincing last round by ECV there. Duffer actually literally sacrificing himself for Toxie's fast plant, and that enabled them to close round for the map.
Indeed it did. We have about, let's say, when is the next game going to start? At about 8, I believe.
8 minutes, yeah.
So we have about 9-8 minutes now for the next game. So let's just say we are going to play some music. And please don't go anywhere. Don't frag yourself. We'll be right back with the next game, which is going to be AT versus Asuba. So don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
Sound muted.